Yeah, motherfuckers. The platinum plaque bringers of the motherfucking M back in this bitch, nigga. HC motherfucking Pizzy. Hypnotized Camp motherfucking posse. And it's going down like we always do about this time, nigga. Nighttime. We about to load them black trucks up. Who we got in this motherfucker? We got my girl, LeChat. Gangsta Boot. Crunchy motherfucking Black. Playboy Juice. Project motherfucking Pat. Lord Infamous. And me, DJ motherfucking Paul, the king of the motherfucking M-Town. And it's going down. Hypnotized minds, ho!
All I want is money, man. Can't you niggas comprehend? Locking fucking low food, break the fucking law, fool. Ain't no attitude, fool. This is what we came to do. Put them bodies in the bag, put that dope in the bag, put that money in the bag. Let's go, fool, rat-tat-tat.
They call me Juicy Gigolo, got hoes in fear. I stack you up a fool with the platinum tears. I'm telling all you bitches to beware the game. I'm telling all you niggas to beware the lane. I freak your baby mama, put her on the house. I got my dick sucked when I was on the couch. My nigga walked in, he said that hoe is stout. I hit it from the back, my nigga took her mouth.
I love build my name, blood will spill my name, shoot up, kill my name. If you're real, my name, project, hang my name. I spit facts, my name, hang with max, my name. Who told gas, my name is black. Or be left balled up in your blood, white girl, up your nose, you're high off that bud. A slug in the lot, your car and no strap, blew your goddamn brains in your partner's lap.
Choose your weapons, my boy, choose them carefully. Each of my poisons are deadly on melodies. I am the doctor and this is your therapy. You can't have one, so you must get a pair of these beach bound and gang bump off bounty. Place all his pieces all over county. This shit's very lethal that I place in the needle. Prepare you for your last trip to the cathedral.
I see how TV can hurt, and plus platinum plaques to match. And at them 20s and posts, and Gucci jackets on backs. We got them Bentleys and Benzes and all them Lexus on lot. The pictures getting kinda clearer, I see why them bitches hot. You hoes are struggling and starving and bumming rats in the hood. It's cold, I'm cranking up heat and no letter. You wish y'all could, y'all wish y'all could get back with us, and maybe then you could shine like the rappers you wish you was and get off the grind. I'm keeping one in the chamber because I'm filled up with anger, and when I see you, la homies, you knowing your life in danger. I do a show y'all in the borough hollering all kind of shit. Is that the best way that you know to get attention, little bitch? I understand how they feel. They feeling that they left out, and we the ones moving on.
Yo.
Mafia. Yeah, what's good with it, D Holler? What's good with it, D Holler, man? It's another Wednesday night. Let's talk that shit. We ain't did one in a couple of weeks, so we back at it again, man. What's going on with you, bro?
Everything good, man. I got my niece and my daughter here, so I got them in the room. Told them to be quiet. Don't come calling me talking about this one did that.
Yeah, hell yeah. And salute to Detroit City. Already sent Hunt on in. Anybody seen Richie? Huh? Appreciate that, Detroit Siggy.
Salute to you, bro.
Brooke Z, a.k.a. Amazing Confection, she will be calling in here to do a few things, but she'll be joining us here in a minute, you know what I'm saying? But other than that, D-Man, what's been going on with you, bro? The holidays over with and everything. Let's give a little recap. We ain't heard you.
Well, the 4th of July, we just stayed home, man. Everyone popping fireworks up until like 2, 3 in the morning. And as the after 11 o'clock, more motherfuckers still right now they still popping fireworks here and there. And ain't nobody stopping until they running out. So you know how that goes.
Right, hell yeah. So would you say y'all didn't do no barbecue or nothing like that? Y'all just stayed at the crib?
Yeah, we stayed at the crib. I was gonna go upstate to my best friend's house, and they're having some spikes in the coronavirus in their area. So I was like, I can't take that chance going up there and not knowing what's going on, so we just stayed home.
Yeah, man, that Rona, man, is spiking again, you know what I'm saying? But it was just a regular old fucking Saturday for me, man. I didn't do shit but work. And then, these fireworks sometimes get me shell-shocked, man, because where I'm at out here, you don't know if it's a gunshot or motherfucking fireworks. So, you know what I'm saying? Best bet if you ain't in a secure area, just to stay in the crib, man, and take it easy, especially how hot it's been, man. The country experiencing a whole fucking heat wave. Richmond telling me it's been real hot out there in New York. It's been super hot out here. It's always hot out west and pretty much always hot down south. So hopefully we get a little rain come through or something, man. I'm sick of this shit, man. We had like 3 weeks, 90-degree days every fucking day, man.
Mm-hmm.
My main fear is a blackout or something. You know what I'm saying? Like when it get real hot like this, transformers and shit go out. You know what I'm saying? You go to work, you come home, all the power out and shit. So I be fearing that shit every day when it's hot like this, man. Yeah. Church Avenue Dan saying he heard 3 million tested positive so far in America with the COVID.
Yes, it's not looking good, I think it starts off with people when they start opening up the beaches in like California and Florida, like places that people actually travel to go to, especially Florida. Everyone's going to the beach, everyone's going to the bars and, overcrowded and no social distance. Nobody's wearing a mask. And next thing you know, the COVID virus, it just started spiking. It went from like a couple hundred to a couple thousand now. So everything's starting to change. They might have another shutdown if it gets worse, I'm just glad New York is not one of them to have those high numbers anymore.
Yeah, because y'all already got high numbers, so shit. It's hard to go higher than what the fuck y'all already didn't win. You know what I'm saying? But no, I don't see no decrease in none of this shit no time soon, man. Especially with the next couple months, flu season to be back in full swing for the regular motherfucking flu anyway. So just keep telling motherfuckers, man, practice that social distancing. Keep your motherfucking mask on. Wash your motherfucking hands.
Please.
You know what I'm saying? When y'all out and about, man, when you get home, man, before you eat and touching your face and doing all this other shit, wash your motherfucking hands, man.
And wash your ass too before you go.
Well, that should be without saying. You should already know that shit. But we know certain bums and shit, they don't know that type of shit. So they might go out and about with stinking ass. You know what I'm saying? This is swamp ass season.
We got another hard chat from Detroit Stiggy. Cash rules everything around me. Cream, get the money. Dollar for that. You're damn right. That's right. Get that Skrilla.
Hell yeah, I made it home just in time, man. I was at the sports bar, you know what I'm saying? I was looking for Melquan, but they said they never heard of him, you know what I'm saying? So, I ended up
sports bar, what's that? That was canceled due to non-payment of the rent.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So they sent the motherfucker back to the crib.
He got to go to court, pay all that paper, before he open up any type of bar,
You know what I'm saying? Speaking of paper, man, what you think about the Pat Mahomes deal, man?
I think it's great. I'm happy for him. Him being a biracial player, daddy's black, mama's white. His dad used to be a pitcher in the Major League Baseball. And he has a cannon for an arm. He's worth that kind of money. I knew he was going to get more than with all the top 5 quarterbacks are getting, especially guys like Kirk Cousins was one of the highest there. You got what's his name, Russell Wilson. Everyone's got that big contract and a lot of the guaranteed money, but he's getting 45 starting this upcoming season. But I was watching Skip and Shannon Undisputed, and Shannon was like, yeah, only $64 million is guaranteed.
Yeah.
But he broke it down because
it's only $54 million guaranteed for these next coming up 2 seasons.
Yeah,
he's still under contract. He just signed an
extension. Yeah, he's still under rookie
contract.
I think it's like a 2.8.
Yeah. So I think total they said it was like 150 something total that's guaranteed out of the 500 something.
Nah, I think he should have got at least 250 guaranteed, at least.
If I was the owner of a team, for one, I think that deal is the dumbest shit in the world, unless these motherfucking owners got so much money we really don't know how much. Because if they got that much money to spend on one player, especially in a league like the NFL where one hit, he can be done. You see what I'm saying? And you on the line to pay him all this money, you might cash strap the organization, man. But if they can afford to pay that type of money, unless you know how much money these motherfuckers really got.
But that's gonna that amount is gonna set off on all the quarterbacks that's coming up, that's got a contract coming up like Dak Prescott. He just got franchised. You look at that $45 million, like, yo, I want the same amount, but he's not worth that money.
But how do you gauge what a motherfucker is worth though? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you saying he definitely worth this money, is because why? He under 25 and he already won an MVP and a Super Bowl MVP.
He threw 50 touchdowns. Before that, he threw 50 touchdowns. What second season? Who does that?
Yeah.
It was easier for him because he's got the talent around. He's got the wide receivers. He got, I think, like 2 of the fastest receivers in the league. Mm-hmm. He's got one of the best tight end in the league. He's got everything going for him. The only thing that worked against him, that hurt him, especially when they played the Patriots a couple of years ago, is their defense. The defense can't even stop a nosebleed. He gets a good defense. Patrick Mahomes can win easily 13 to 14 games. Easy. If he had a better defense, because the defense would bring him, defense would give him the ball and he has more chances to score. And offense has more chances to score. So, to me, I think he's worth that money because he already proved to be a winner. And him having his coach, Andy Reid as his coach, makes it even better.
Yeah, but how do you retain and sign other players when all that money's scrapped into one player? You don't think other players on the team? Hold on a second. Let me finish. You don't think it's gonna be other? Okay, but you don't think other players on the team gonna be looking at that like, man, if they gave this dude that money, I'm worth this, I'm worth that. So I see it both ways, man. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm proud that they gave him the money because I've been saying that these dudes should be getting paid way more than what the fuck they get, because I look at the bottom line and see how much money that these owners really pocketing. And if they can afford to pay one player, I think the NFL got a 52 or 53 man roster. If they can afford to pay one man over the next 10 years, $500 million, how can you retain all the players and all the pieces that you're going to need to keep them championship runs going? Because the NFL, you know what it stands for? Not for fucking long. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, true that.
Salute everybody. I'm
What's going on,
Good afternoon. Nothing. I'm listening to your comments here. He said not for long. You're absolutely right. The average NFL player has roughly about 5 to 6 years to actively play. That's average. if you're really, really good. If you're if you're really, really good, you can play more. I said that wrong. But if you're just a halfway decent player, you got 5 to 6 years to get it, and before your body starts breaking down, before all them hits start, making a challenge on your body and everything like that. So salute to Mahomes getting that money.
That's right.
I like to see that. I don't know too much about football. I just know that you don't play for long. That's what I'm about. But salute to him and his family. That's a great.
Hell yeah! What's crazy about it? I think he got the biggest sports contract in the history of all professional sports, if I ain't mistaken.
Yes, he did. You're absolutely right.
With the exception of Mike Trout in the MLB, who has
a
contract that's a little bit
contract. A-Rod.
His contract.
250, but
his contract double. Yeah, his shit double what A-Rod got. But Mike Trout, he got like almost a $500 million contract too. But the difference between his contract and Patty Mahomes' contract is the MLB contracts is fully guaranteed.
Yeah, he's gonna get all that paper no matter what.
So as long as he ride it out, even if, I think he might even have a no trade clause. I think Pat Mahomes have a no trade clause in his deal too. I think that's what they said that.
What he did for that city, they'd be fools to try to trade him. They'd be a fool. He brought their second Super Bowl to that city of Kansas City. He's not going to trade him.
Well, we seen Tom Brady win all these Super Bowls, and he ain't that no more. You know what I'm saying? We seen Joe Montana win the Super Bowl.
42 years old.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, at towards the end of his contract, shit, he gonna be damn near that. No, he gonna be what, 30 plus in 10 years. I think he's 25 right now, if I'm mistaken. And he's not married yet, Mills Lane says.
No, he's not. So all that money is in his pocket. Hopefully, he continues to have great leadership surrounding him to help him with his financial goals and needs, and none of that money doesn't go to some Rebecca that's from Middle America and her father.
Don't get a Karen. He gonna get him a Karen.
Yo.
He needs to get him a Shaniqua. That's what he really need to get.
No, he don't. No, he don't.
Nah.
That shit gonna be gone. Can you imagine?
Hell no. You don't need no Shaniqua. You don't need no hood chick talking about, I got that good, you know it, Patrick. Like, no, I don't. No, wait, come on, man. Don't wish that upon him.
He probably going to end up getting him a buttermilk biscuit, you know what I'm saying? So,
he's going to get him a Rebecca. Well, isn't his mom
get him a pink toe?
Rebecca? Isn't his mama Rebecca?
Yeah.
I think his mother is white and his pop
His mama's white. His daddy's black, man.
Yeah, his dad's black. His name is Leroy, and his mom looks like her name is Rebecca.
Pamela.
Or Brittany or something like that. Or Brittany.
Which is cool because he got the best of both worlds, you know what I'm saying? He can go either way with it, you know what I'm saying? And really can't nobody get mad at him. You know, if he get with a white girl, well, hell, his mama white. And if he get with a black girl, well, hell, his daddy black.
Knowing him, what's the dude name to play with the Chiefs? They tied him with Trevor. What's his name? What the
who
tight
that
end
played
name?
for the Chiefs?
Yeah.
Travis Kelce.
Travis Kelce. You seen his chick?
No.
She thick. I was like, God damn, him.
I'm paying attention.
My whole might give him a.
You went way left with that.
No, I'm just saying,
like, did you see his chick? I thought you was going to come out with something else.
He got paper. If you seen his girl, just imagine what Patrick Mahomes was going to get. Girls going to be throwing themselves at him. As soon as they mention how much he's making.
I hope they do. I hope they get Meg Thee Stallion.
Oh, nah, he don't need that. Nah, he don't need no girl that's on IG twerking. Nah, he don't need that. Hell no.
He get Megan Thee Stallion.
No. Hell no. You know what? You know who I hope he get, but I don't know if it's gonna happen. Like I don't know if it's gonna be much of a headache for him. I would say Rihanna.
Nah, he needs to get one of my nice wholesome nieces or little cousins or something. I can set them up, you know. We'll welcome that nigga to the family, you know what I'm saying? He will be a nice nigga addition to the family. Come on in there, Patty.
This nigga back will be a cheap fan. He's like, yo, fuck your fan.
I can call you.
Matt J would be calling us from the skybox.
You know what I'm saying? Yo, go Chiefs.
I have a Chicago Chiefs jersey on. It won't even be.
We Chiefs to the front, Chicago Bears on the back.
I have a pair of jersey with a Chiefs logo on it. How about that? Come on, man. Come on in here, Patty. I can call you Patty, right? Just me gonna call you Patty. But anybody else call you Patty, I'm on their ass, Patty. But I got you, Patty.
Cousin.
Come on in here, cousin.
Yeah. That's crazy. Hey, trust me, I would love to see him with a nice black African American woman, a nice one, instead of a white girl. Do you guys think, now we're gonna switch gears just really, really quick. Do you guys think that it is an unwritten rule, or it's just the company that surrounds these athletes, where all these black athletes or men of color get with these snow bunnies? Do you think that it's like better for their image, that they're being conditioned to be with them, or it's just they're just around that circle where they just kind of end up with these white ladies?
You want to go first, D?
Yeah. It all depends on what kind of college they go to. If they come from the hood, a predominantly black and Hispanic neighborhood, they go to, let's say they go to someplace like he went to Mississippi. Okay, where'd he go?
I'm talking about anybody in general.
No, I'm just giving you an example. Let me give you an example. Someone that graduated.
Where was Scottie Pippen from?
Scottie Pippen went to Arkansas.
Okay,
so depending on where you grew up at, if you ain't never seen a pink toe, which is a white girl with blue eyes, blonde hair, you see her for the first time, and she see you're a star athlete. Okay, cool. What?
Come on, everybody done seen a white girl with blonde hair and blue eyes. You know what I'm saying? Like, they everywhere. You know what I'm saying? But I look at it a little different. Like, she brung up Scottie Pippen. They from a little different era, to where they probably always wanted white girls because they couldn't really get with them. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And now that they got the money, they gonna hop on. I don't think these young kids nowadays really be looking at it like that. They just want a nice chick. Because I done seen some white girls out here that look just as bad as these black gals. You know what I'm saying? Like,
hold on, because if I was them all, Chris, I would groom my. You better get that butt injection. You better get a little thick. You better eat a little gravy on that sandwich, because you ain't gonna get no good black athlete being all skinny and flaca like that. Okay, You need some meat on your bones. His mama big, his sister's big, his cousin's big. He ain't gonna go from a little skinny girl like you. You better put some meat on you. So hey, if I was I'd groom them like that too, because every white girl that you saying look bad, she got every feature of a black woman.
Yeah, but that's obvious though. That's, you know what I'm saying? We already know that they influenced by the culture and the way motherfuckers look. That's obvious. But what I'm saying is, back in the day when them dudes was a lot of them dudes was getting with white girls, they wasn't voluptuous and curvy like that. You know what I'm saying? And they was still getting with them. Like, probably case in point, Pat Mahomes' old dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I feel like back then, you always want what you can't have, basically, especially for people that came from the South. So it's like they got a little money now. Like you said, Brooks, they're around different types of people. You know what I'm saying? You ain't in the hood no more once you're making some bread for real. You see what I'm saying? And the majority of the time, the people in the hood is the people that's going to look just like you. So if you're not around people that look just like you, you're only going to deal with people that look nothing like you. Same way with the women. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think these young cats, I think they just be wanting a nice looking chick regardless of what the fuck color she is.
He needs a chick that don't speak English.
Pretty much, you know what I'm saying? In No Mills Lane, I have not been stricken by Liquor Man yet, but I'm working on it. I didn't mean to go too far left, but I just wanted to get you guys' take on this. That's good. That's good dialogue, because for real, you got to look at it though. For real, Brooks. Even in our era when we was coming up, it seemed like all the top athletes, or even the entertainers, you look up what they with. They with a white girl or a girl way lighter than their complexion. You know what I'm saying? So some of that is some like systematic thinking in their head that lighter skinned girls are prettier than darker skinned girls. You know what I'm saying? So I think the trend of that is kind of changing. It's the same way with females do the shit too. Team light skin used to be popping at one point. Then it was the super crispy niggas. You know what I'm saying? They was getting all the play. And they just left the medium skin niggas like me just out there. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it just go like that, man. I think the times be changing. But with all this racist shit that's going on right now, it could flare back up to how it used to be back in the day, though.
I got a question. Who the hell is that on the screens?
Oh yeah,
Who asked you that?
we gonna roll into the next subject on that one if that's okay with you fellas.
Oh,
That's
you know who that
Tiffany
is.
Haddish.
That's your
Tiffany
girl, D.
Haddish.
Hell no.
I just wanted, yes it is. I just wanted to let you guys know that as of yesterday on Instagram Live, she shaved her head ski ball clean to a brush cut. She said
Why
that
did
she
she do
wanted
that?
to do. She said she
Hold on,
has
we
been
gotta let
wanting
us
to do
finish.
that for a long time now. Anybody that knows her knows that she's always wanted to see her. And this is what she said. I quote, "See my scalp." And she went on for about 20 minutes. And actually, fellow comedian and dear friend of hers, Michael Blackston, cammed up with her on her Instagram Live as she was shaving her head and said she looks like a nigga who could take his chick.
Damn.
And he
I knew he was.
Yo, he's trolling her as he
And
should.
and he actually called his chick in, and his chick is Chinese, very beautiful. She's got big boobs, a big behind, small waist, and Chinese. And he says he's actually nervous that she is a good-looking nigga and she may be able to take his chick. But
Yeah.
what do you guys think about women cutting their hair, whether it be because they want to, yada yada yada? And I'm just gonna ask this question straight up: would you guys feel a certain way if your significant others went to get her hair done and came back with a dope brush cut?
Nah, man, I wouldn't because my old lady done that shit before. You know what I'm saying? She done come back with waves busting, but not like what Tiffany Haddish got. You know, her shit all the way down like number one. You know what I'm saying? Like
yes,
she sat in the chair and told him number one. You know what I'm saying? So she could have did that so it can grow all evenly, so she can have like what's the old girl name that be on Flip show with the short hair? She cute the motherfucker though.
Georgie.
Yeah, see, like if a girl got that shit like that and she look right for it, her head got to be right for it. Every girl can't wear no short hairstyle. You know what I'm saying? Some of them heads be looking. You know, you got to throw something on that. You know what I'm saying? But she went a number one like she just murdered somebody, and she had to get it all off. You know what I'm saying?
Now, D Holla, how would you feel if your girl came in from work or whatever, and her hair was cut like a number one?
Yo, I was like, why would you do that? And I would say, oh shit. I would say, who did that to you? You know, who cut your hair? And if her shit look better than mine, I'm like, man, I'm jealous. Her shit look crazy.
You walk up to her, palm her head, and say, Michael Jordan. Just grab
Yo,
her
she
shit.
walked up with a bald head. I'm like, okay.
But seriously, would you be upset? Like, would you feel a certain way?
It's
You know
her
what I'm saying?
hair. Of course, I will be upset, you know, but at the same time, you know, I got to support her, you know. If this is what she want to do, I would ask her, is she going to let her hair grow out again, or is she going to keep it just like that? You know,
Would
she
you
said
be
she's
upset
going to
if she
leave it
said-
like that, and, you know, I got to deal with it.
Would you be upset if she said, when you go into the barbershop, can I come with you?
Hell yeah.
I'm like,
Now
fuck
you
it,
done
yeah,
gone too
let's
far.
go.
You done gone too goddamn far now. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I be on. Like your homegirl that used to do your hair, I'm pretty sure
You
she
know
went
what I'm saying?
to
Like, yo, you want to
cosmetology school.
professionally
She know how
done.
to shave that shit too. Take your ass where you been going and have them style that shit. You ain't going over here with me. Hell no. You done went too damn far.
Now I will say I'm not even gonna lie to you. My husband he would feel a certain way. Like he just think that's just like way too far. I was like, what if I had like a shaved head and I had like some some dope lines on the side of my head. You know, I had like 3 lines and like
the
wave.
part on the top, the
You
knob
trying to
part.
wild out, you know?
Yeah, and I had the hook, and I had the hook at the top or whatever, but it was faded out real nice. You know what I'm saying? I had the waves, and I
Nah.
Beijing'd it black. He was like, "Oh hell no, I don't care."
Yo, if she
I
came in
agree.
there
Hell no.
with a fade, with waves, with a half moon like Nas, I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
Right. Yep, and then it's got to be all one level. See, like Brooke Z, if you get your hair cut off, you got to go you got to probably go for like the Tony Braxton style or some shit like that. And
Okay,
then
I
maybe
can deal
John
with that.
Wall, then he might not get too heated and shit. But if you go number one,
Yeah.
number one, she
T-ball.
just pulled the Britney Spears basically. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yes.
No.
Yes. I remember
her shit,
that.
her shit look like Britney Spears, man. She went all the way down. Now she might have did that so it could all grow evenly, but I think she should have took it at least a wavelength. You know what I'm saying? Just taper it or
But
something.
she is currently in Mississippi. She's quarantined in Mississippi. And she said, because Michael Blackson asked him, he was like, "Where the fuck are you at that you're gonna do this for?" You know, like he was like upset. Like he was like, "Yo, you crazy? Yo, you all right?" He's like,
Try out
"No, hold
shit,
on."
motherfucker.
He was like, "Yo, Tiffany, why would you do that for?" He's like, "Where the fuck are you that you gonna shave your head?" He was like, "People in my country." No, this is exactly what he said. He said, "Yo, people in my country, when women shave their head, they got life. You got life."
Oh, shit. Hey, yo, man, yo.
Invasion.
Yo, what the hell you want, man?
Get him deep.
Yo, man.
What the hell you want,
Talking
man?
about Caesars. Yo, let me tell you, I got a funny quick story. Yo, my shorty had the low Caesar, son, the number 1.5. Yo, for like 2 summers, cause she was like, man, I want to swim. I'm cutting all my hair up, but if it fits you, it rocked. It rocked with her. But then after a while, man, you be trying to like lay down with your lady and not being graphic, and you know what I mean? She turned around, it's like, damn, that look like a nigga, son. You got to fuck out of here. I was like, yo, you gotta cut your hair.
Put your bonnet on.
You gotta grow your shit back, man.
You know, put a wig on so you can snatch it off and shit.
Yo,
It got to a point. It got to a point. I used to come home. I used to be like, "What up, son?" Give her a handshake and all that. She used to get the parts on the side. This shit was dope. But you know what I mean? I'm like, nah, man. Like, you gotta grow it back, please.
Well, see,
Oh,
on
my
the screen
God,
right now
yo.
we have on the screen right now we have Lupita Nyong'o as well
That look
as
good on her.
Jennifer Lawrence. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Like some people can get away with it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Your head,
Like
your
Shorty
head
from
gotta be
Johnny.
straightforward.
Shorty
Yeah.
from Johnny.
Oh,
Remember
and
Johnny?
you took it back. Remember Johnny? Yes.
Yeah,
And
Shorty
then you
was fine.
you can't have the you can't have the moon lining, like your lining can't go straight up like the St. Louis Arch. You can't have, like, if your lining like that, don't cut your hair all the way down, my lady. Don't do it.
I used to
Yo,
be
you
like,
got the part in the middle of your head like Allen Iverson after he shaved his head?
if your
her
shit
Caesar
looking like
was
George
shitting on
Jefferson,
ours. Like, me and my son, we used to be getting the cut. If we get 3 Caesars, her shit look better than ours. I'm like, nah, son. I started
Like,
hating.
yo, how the fuck you got waves?
You need to grow your hair.
Son? Come on. Come on, son.
That's all I wanted to say, man. Salute to Amazing
salute, Mark
Confessions. Salute to Macaroni Tony and Sleepy Man. Yo, man. Yeah,
whatever,
y'all thing, man. I'm glad you're back
Whatever,
on there.
man. Whatever,
Man,
man.
salute, man. I'm drunk, man. I'm signing off. Peace.
All right. As always, the infamous Mel Quan, who actually has a wrench
Liquor Man.
tonight. So please respect that man's gangster. He said something that
shouts
caught the
out to
eye
Liquor,
of-
man. I'm hoping
Rich.
Rich, I don't know if Rich played his theme music when he swooped in, but if he did.
No, he did.
Yo.
Yeah, so,
Oh, my God.
so-
Yeah, when he played, I'm like, why is he playing Superman?
That's Liquor
no,
Man,
so-
sir.
Oh.
So yeah, I'm glad you guys were honest about it. You know what I'm saying? Some women can get away with it, some women cannot get away with it. But once you shave that, unfortunately, the next thing you can do is just wait for the grow out and or just put a wig on there. So how do you guys feel about wigs, with the ladies wearing wigs and stuff like that?
Shit, as long as that motherfucker don't stink. You know what I'm saying? And it don't look fucking crazy. You know, you like, see, I never really, when it comes to women, man, I let them do what the fuck they want to do because they gonna do it anyway,
That's
regardless
right.
of what the fuck you
Good
think.
answer.
And if she got to do something and it make her feel better, then hey, shit. Even if it is bothering me, you have to pick and choose your battles. You know what I'm saying? So like, sometimes hair and all that shit, it ain't worth battling with your old lady with. But sometimes, even if you don't like it, you got to be like, God damn, man. You got to figure out what you can get away with that she can't say shit with. You feel me? Pay attention, fellas. You know what I'm saying? But don't go off on her. Let her do her thing. unless it really bothers you. If it offends you, you got to speak up on it. But if it don't really offend you, shit, let her do what she do, man.
Because she's going to do it anyway. I think you hit the nail right on the head.
Don't be leaving that motherfucker all on the banister, on the stairs, and you coming downstairs thinking it's a real person or some shit like that, you know. You got to have proper wig etiquette. Put some motherfuckers up, man.
On the styrofoam. You got to put the wig up on the styrofoam head.
Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck?
Yo, I see women hang their wigs on the coat rack hook. Yo.
Yeah, you come in the crib drunk. You think somebody in your motherfucking house. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, man.
Who is this nigga? Oh, shit.
Yo, I remember when I was young, my grandma used to have this house on my old neighborhood, and next to his house was a late old lady named Miss Moore, and my mom's was cool with all her daughters. So I'll go over there, hey, Miss Moore, she asked me to go home to get something. She had all her wigs on styrofoam heads. I'm like, this woman got at least 20 wigs. And she was an older woman. I'm like, she said, hold on, I got to change my wig. My husband coming on. I said, oh,
that's right.
I was like, yo, she got a wig for every occasion, like when she's happy, when she's mad, when she's feeling in the mood. I was like, what the fuck, man? What's going on? Yo?
But D Holla, here's my question to you. How do you feel about your girl or significant other wearing a wig?
I don't. If they wearing a wig, I'd rather wear, not every day, because you want to see if this chick is bald or not. If she got a bald fade, I've seen girls that have long hair just get weaves and wear a wig just because they don't feel like doing their own hair, which I feel is weird, But if she's gonna wear it, wear it. But if you're wearing it even when we going, I'm like, yo, come on. Is something wrong with your hair? Like, is your edges uneven or something? Is your hair stink? Like, what's going on?
Oh, Lord. Well, some women just wear it just to change up the style of their hair. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's
That's
not
called
like
being lazy.
Like Tiffany Haddish right now. She can go back to being long hair anytime she wants to with the wigs. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm. Yeah. So
crazy.
hey, if anybody in the chat room has anything to say about wigs and all that good stuff, please chime in. Now, here's another question about hair and all that stuff like that. Have you guys dealt with a female or male? How you doing? It's like, no. Have you guys ever dealt with a female? I'm playing. And you didn't know she had a wig, and she took it off. Like the first time she took it off, and you was like, oh.
No, I never messed with a girl like that, but I knew a couple girls that was like that. You know what I'm saying? And then one day I seen them, I was like, the fuck, did she cut her motherfucking hair off? Then the next day her shit was right back long. I wasn't picking up on. I'm like, I'm bugging, man.
You did it?
Then finally I asked her that shit. I was like, man, like, how you get your hair to do that? And she was like, do what? I'm like, the other day your shit was hella short. Come on now. She's like, oh, boy, I be wearing a wig. I'm like, I've been knowing you for about 3 years, and I ain't never seen your shit short like that. I thought I was tripping. Did you have it slicked back or something? Did you have it tucked in or some shit? Like, what the fuck is going on here?
Oh, that is hilarious. That is hilarious.
No,
have you ever dealt with somebody and they had a wig on and you didn't know? And then
I knew it was a wig because some girls I know it's a wig because having sisters, having family members that wore wigs, that still do. They'll put the wig on, take pictures, and take it over and put it next to them on the couch. I'm like, ew. It smell like, why your wig smell like fresh perm? Like
you smell the
because I'm sitting there and she took her wig off. She put it right next to me. Like, yo, put that shit in your wig. I said, yo, why you put your wig right next to you, man? I'm sitting right here. Like, boy, you my nephews. I don't want to smell like shit.
Smell like perm.
It smell like perm, man.
Do guys get free stuff like that? Now, my husband, he grew up, he has 4 sisters. So there was wigs, there was blonde hair, there was extension, there was everything. So he doesn't.
Yeah, my little sister was on that weave shit. I hated that shit. That shit be all over the house, in the sink, in the bathroom, and shit. Like, get this shit out of here, man. Yeah, I don't fuck with that shit, man.
Yeah. So,
but Brooks, see, what if you met a dude and he had the funky fresh fade and shit, but it was really one of them spray-ons or the shit that they put on motherfuckers' heads, and then it looked like it's a real fade for about 2 weeks.
Yo, that's crazy. That's disgusting. I've seen that too. A lot of guys do that with the blackout, right? With the beard and the hairline, right?
Yeah, but they got the shit where they lay it on. It look like real hair. Like it look like it might start off like an afro, and they glue that shit on their head some kind of way, and then they cut that shit down and style that shit. You know what I'm saying?
It's like oodles and noodles, and it's like waves, right? I've seen that on Instagram.
I know a nigga in Memphis that do that shit. Remember I showed y'all a picture of he cut the breast cancer ribbon in the back of dude's hair, but he bald as fuck. You know what I'm saying? And he laid this shit on his head. It looked like an afro, and he just cut this shit down like, you know what I'm saying? And he like glued the shit around the line, created that man like he was happy as fuck on Facebook. He was like, man, I ain't had a line in 5 years. Yeah, I ain't had a line since 2012 and shit. He was like, I'm stunting on y'all. He like, I'm going live every day this week.
Wow.
He was happy as fuck, my homeboy T-Rock and shit.
Yo, I would not like that. Just go bald. Like, I don't know. That's a double standard, to be honest with you. You know, but I wouldn't like that at all. I really wouldn't. I think that's crazy.
But even if he spray his shit on when he leave the crib, Brooks, you would still be disappointed.
Yeah, just Beijing it. Just Beijing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, keep it real with you. Like my husband, he has a low cut and he has waves. He's been having waves for years. That's like his pride and joy. But like, I guess show out a little bit. He'll throw a little Beijing on his hair. You know what I'm saying, for like 5 minutes and then wash it out for real. And, oh yeah, heck yeah. But
look, D got quiet because he do the same shit.
To me, that's a man thing. I don't like that. You know.
Hell yeah, but let's go to the break and then we'll come back after a hot second.
All right, come on, Rich, get it together.
All right.
I was a kid again. Back in the days when I was just a little nigga, I looked up to my bigger bro, begged if I could kick it. So when he went out with girls, I could go tagging along, nagging. If she had a sis, maybe could mac a baby hood rat. Y'all remember way back then when it was 1985, all the way live. I think I was about 10. One of those happy little niggas singing the blues that be always trying to bag with the shag and karate shit. Saying, yo mama black, his mama this, his mama that. Then he get mad and wanna scrap. We stay mad about 10 minutes, then it's like back on the bike to play hide and go get it with the younger hoes by the bungalows. Then switch to playing ding dong ditch when that gets old and too cold to hack it. Threw on a bomber jacket, you could tell the ballers cause they fell wearing gazelles. If they really had money raised, we sport knee K's. And all the girls had they Turkish link. If it broke, then they made earrings to it, like they meant to do it. But sometimes I still sit and reminisce, then think about the years I was raised. Back in the day. Back in the days when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore. But some days I sit and wish I was a kid again. Back in the days when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore. But some days I sit and wish I was a kid. And everybody say, I remember way back when. And everybody say, I remember way back when. And everybody say, I remember way back when. What? Back in the days. When? Back in the days. I'm still back in the days, but now the year is 87, 88. That's when my crew and I were in junior high in 7th grade. I hated school and shit had blown up. No doubt I couldn't wait to get out and be a grown up. But let me finish this, reminiscing and telling about when girls were spelling tight corduroys like for the boys, basket weaves, Nike Cortez and footsie socks, and eating pickles with Tootsie Pops, and it don't stop. I'm glad cause when JJ Fad did Supersonic, it was kinda like a sport to wear biker shorts or to wear jeans, and it seemed like the masses of hoochies had poison airbrushed on their asses. Dudes had on Nike suits and the Pumas with the fat laces, cause it was either that or K-Swiss. I miss those days, and so I pout like a grown jerk, wishing all I had to do now was finish homework. It's true, you don't realize really what you got till it's gone, and I'm not gonna sing another sad song, but sometimes I do sit and reminisce, then think about the years I was raised back in the day.
Back in the days when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore. But some days I sit and wish I was a kid again. Back in the days when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore. But some days I sit and wish I was a kid.
And everybody say,
I remember way back when.
And everybody say,
I remember way back when.
And everybody say,
I remember way back when.
What?
Back in the days,
When?
back in the day.
Well, it's the niggero. I figure that now I'm all grown up because I'm 18 years old, and guess you could say I'm holding down a steady job and crew steady mob, and you steady bob in your head, and I'm paid, so I got it made, but didn't always have clout. Used to live in South Central LA, that's where I stayed and figured a way out. I gave it all I had, so for what it's worth, I went from rags to riches, which is a drag, but now I'm first. So
Hard in the noses is on our way up.
yeah, we said that we was gonna make it since a kid, and we finally did. But sometimes I still sit and reminisce, then think about the years I was raised back in the day.
Back in the days when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore. But some days I sit and wish I was a kid again. Back in the days when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore. But some days I sit and wish I was a kid.
And everybody say,
I remember way back when.
And everybody say,
I remember way back when.
And everybody say,
I remember way back when.
What?
Back in the days, I
When?
back in the days.
And everybody say,
I remember way back when.
and everybody say,
I remember way back when.
and everybody say,
I remember way back when.
what?
Back in the days,
When?
back in the days.
And everybody say,
I remember way back when.
and everybody say,
I remember way back when.
and everybody say,
I remember way back when.
what?
Back in the days,
When?
back in the days.
And everybody say,
I remember way back when.
and everybody say.
Yo, we back.
Yo, we are back. We are back. D, explain what the next topic is, man, with these motherfucking old school jam we just came in with.
Well, we're gonna, compare how this generation grew up and what things they, do to what we was doing when we were their age, when we were in our early teens, things that, we didn't have internet, we didn't have, Wi-Fi and all that, cable came later. And we had to do things like you see on the screen, the VCR, you had to get the VCR tapes, go to your local, what was it called, Blockbuster, to get the latest movies, or and just go home and play it, rent it for a couple of days, bring it back. And if you didn't rewind, they give you they charge you for that shit. Look at the old school rotary phone. Oh man, I used to hate those phones.
And phones was a motherfucker, bro. Phones that came a long way. I think that's like one of the biggest innovative things that we didn't have from our childhood to now, besides video games and shit like that. But phones, remember only having one phone line in the house? Everybody got to share that motherfucker?
Oh hell yeah, that was the worst.
Especially that phone right there, that red motherfucker. I done got a whooping with one of the motherfuckers before.
I got whooped with the long cord that you had to get to go from room to room because I was acting silly.
See how it's turning up at a young age and get
Well,
brought right down to reality.
Nah, when you getting in trouble at school or doing dumb shit, you get whooped for that, That's how it was back in the day,
Shit, that's how it is still in the days for some of these motherfuckers. If I had kids, it'd still be going down. That shit wouldn't definitely not change for me. You can call them motherfuckers if you want to. The last time you call them.
Like, what you going to do? Hit me? Yeah.
Motherfuckers, they ain't gonna. All I tell them, they ain't gonna feed you like I feed you, motherfucker. So you can go ahead. You can do all that shit if you want to.
Board games like Monopoly. Like what was the other board game? Sorry, Trouble, Candyland. all kind of shit. We used to play Connect Four was one of the games we played.
Just games in general. A lot of times these, families these days just don't have time to sit down and do those types of games. You know what I mean? It's a little different since the quarantine, but on average, I mean, not that many people sit down and play, the game of life or Monopoly with their kids or family.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Monopoly starts fights, man. Motherfuckers start stealing money and shit.
Oh, of course.
Stealing from the
buying
bank.
Exactly. Start buying up Boardwalk and Park Place, knowing I'm
your hotel's gonna cost that much. Fuck out of here. I'll give you this. Like, no, nigga, no.
You stash at hundreds. You stash at hundreds. Like, where you get that $500 bill from, bro?
Yeah.
You been spent them.
Hell yeah.
Like,
you holding on to it?
Man, I've been had this. No, nigga, I remember you spent both of yours already, man. Hell no, dog. Where you get that one from?
Yeah,
Look
at the pay phones. Oh man, those are the days. Back when you had the beeper, and you get that page, and you go to the pay phone and look at the number. Now, if it's someone you knew,
man, wasn't nobody paging you.
I didn't have one. I never had the opportunity to get a pager or a beeper.
You never had one, bro?
Nah, I wanted one. I really wanted one. Even my aunt was like, "You want me to get you one?" And I said, "Yeah." My mama told me, "No, I don't need one." I'm like, "Fuck, man." My cousin got a page. He's only 2 years older. Get some bull. She told me no. I was like, "Fuck, man."
Well, in case anybody was wondering about payphones, they are actually still in operation all around the United States. According to the American Public Communications Council, there are fewer than 500,000 payphones in the entire U.S., but about 1.7 billion calls are placed on various payphones throughout the United States. How crazy is that?
The majority of them in prisons. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's
they definitely got them motherfuckers in there in jails and shit. But I know where one is right now on the south side of St. Louis. And then hadn't even thought about no damn payphone, Brooks. So I was sitting in traffic and heard the motherfucker ringing. You know what I'm saying? I was like, what the fuck?
Wow.
This was about 3 years ago, and that motherfucker's still over there.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Corner of Cherokee and Jefferson. If you ever need a phone, payphone right there. Except for they don't take coins in that motherfucker. It's got like, you got to swipe the card and shit like that.
Yeah, like a paid card, a phone card or something like that.
Yeah.
Prepaid card.
Wow.
Yeah, look at that. The VCR rewinder.
Yeah,
those were the days,
I remember we
man.
had a car, one that was in the shape of a car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Genesis, man. That brings back so many memories. Yo, you remember, Mac, I remember you telling me that we used to make collect calls. And he was like, "Do you accept the collect call from?" And
you got to get your words in real quick. Is Jay Hurry, I'm coming back. You know what I'm saying? Like, you been called like 8 times just to get a couple sentences out and shit.
Like, say your name. My name, your name. Like, boom. You like, hey, yo, man, this Jake. Give me a.
Yep, your name is. Tell mom I'm ready. Come pick me up. You know what I'm saying?
Because your mom wasn't gonna pay for that. How much you
taking that collect call? Fuck out of here. Like I say, if you got locked up, you wouldn't get one of them motherfucking calls answered for real. I done deleted a couple calls sometimes. Like, nah, nigga, you just calling to talk, nigga. It's your fault, your ass in there, motherfucker. Once you at your limit, you at your limit. We calling this motherfucker all day long because you can call collect, goddamn. Home meal used to be high as fuck back then,
Exactly. And then on the screen is the rotary phone, where you had to stick your finger in the hole and wind it up clockwise.
Oh my God, you ever? Let me ask you something. You ever dial a number and you got one wrong? You had to hang up and they do it
all the goddamn time. You get down to the last number and be like, "Fuck, let me go back."
Yo, you know what's crazy? My godmother used to use like a pencil or a pen because she didn't want to stick her finger in there. She would use that shit.
Oh, yeah.
Like, give me that pencil right there, and she would turn it. Look at the call ID.
Look at the call ID. When that first came out, oh my gosh.
No more prank calls.
Yo, no more prank calls. You know, and everybody did the whole prank calling, and you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, but then you had to hit them with that good old star 67. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
67, that's right. And it came up private. Yeah, dang, call. And then also, I used to use the call ID like when we was out all day or whatever, to see who actually called too. Not just when the phone was ringing, I would look at it, but I would use it as, okay, who called from? I was going from 8 in the morning to like 10 at night.
Yeah, let me see what time he called and shit, huh?
Exactly. So that's what I use the caller ID for, or whatever like that. What's on the screen now? From abandoned dark alley. What is that? D-Holla? I know you said that.
Is that Liquor Man's
Rich
Fortress?
asked you about the spotlight. Rich, that's the street light. When your mom tell you to bring your ass home when the street light come on, that's the street light.
Street light.
You asked me about that spot. I'm not spotting a woman, you fool. That's the street light. When your mama say your ass better be at home before that street light come on.
Light. That's
yeah,
right.
That's right.
Yeah, but they
Look
still
at the old
got
school
street lights,
computer. Yeah.
Street lights ain't old school. Them motherfuckers still around, man. Now they attach
Street
to
light
cameras.
rule. That's right.
Yeah, now they attach the cameras, so be careful, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. A lot of cameras out here. Look at the brick
man.
cell phone, though.
Yeah, isn't that the Zach Morris phone?
Yeah, not only can you call somebody, you can beat the shit out of somebody with that motherfucker.
Hell yeah, that shit was a weapon. Even a payphone was a weapon. Niggas get on, you take that shit and bust them upside the head, yo. I've seen that happen a few times.
Damn, D.
Niggas a drug dealer I know, he was like, hey boy, you got my money? He said, no, come here for a minute. Bust him upside the head with the fucking phone.
Dang.
I'm like, yo, that's fucked up. You look at that. Now those type of cell phones, they still have, I think it's at, like I tell you,
that's the actual phone
last
booth
time was in
with the
Grand Central Terminal.
phone in it. They still got the phone booths like that out there?
I think so. Last time I saw it was in Grand Central Terminal. The motherfuckers going in, they used to be on the pay. They have a seat inside there and everything. You close it, and that's your privacy right there.
Hey, yo, I'm on the phone, son.
No, stop being so loud. Hold on, let me close this door. I can't hear you.
Detroit, hold on. Detroit Ziggy in the chat said Melquan had the rotary phone with the 100-foot cord.
Still got that motherfucker.
Who done with yo? Every black family.
He tripped over the cord earlier today.
Yo, you understand that everyone got that long cord because mama, it was mainly in the living room or your mother's room. So when you got a call, she said, "Here, come get the phone. Take it in the living room."
That was my shit that just popped off the screen. The component stereos. Where you had the big house speakers up. You know what I'm saying? You got your equalizer. You know what I'm saying? Dual tape deck
with the stereo.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? The old school ones. You might have had a super old school one. Them old school ones had the 8 tracks with the 45 record player on the top of that motherfucker and everything.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well,
I remember those.
Which records? Period. You know what I'm saying? Just the art of having a record. I was away in York, PA this weekend, and my uncle, he actually has a hell of a record collection. I mean, he's like, the Jackson. He has all the Jackson 5 records, and I mean the original ones. You know what I'm saying? All of Michael Jackson ones and everything like that. He's got Tina Marie. He got all the old school ones. He has about over he's had 150 records from the 70s and 80s.
Was he one of them old school uncles that be like, when they listen to they record, sit your goddamn ass down now, you got it skipping. If I scratch my goddamn record, I'm gonna kick your ass. Yeah, you know, you get
my record.
Yeah, they get the fuck away from it. That's what they say. Get your ass. Or the fuck is you standing so close to it for?
Get off the needle, motherfucker. Get off the needle.
Hell yeah, that usually was me getting cussed the fuck out. You know what I'm saying?
Thinking you a DJ. Put that.
You gotta get too. Yeah, you're getting too close to the shit.
Stop running around.
But yeah, the way we listen to music has came a long way from when we was growing up to where we is now. You know what I'm saying? Like just having to have so many AA batteries for your Walkman. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember that. And then they had the
batteries
radio
like
too.
a motherfucker.
But then they had the radio too, so you could listen to the radio and you could play your cassette.
Oh yeah, AM/FM radio. That was before the cassette. You know what I'm saying? And then when they had the cassette player, if you had the one with the AM/FM radio on it, you was G. And then when they started evolving a little bit, if you got the one where you could flip the tape without even taking the tape out, you know what I'm saying? Then motherfuckers thought you was G. You know what I'm saying? Buying rechargeable batteries. Hell yeah.
That yellow Sony that was up on the screen was able to do that.
I used to love them motherfuckers.
Yeah.
For real. That was probably my greatest tool growing up, from probably like 5th grade all the way until basically iPods came around and shit. You know what I'm saying? The MP3 players pretty much wiped the CD player out, the handheld CD player, or like I remember buying the first CD player I bought. That's why my son watching that episode of Martin, he was like, that man was tripping over that little bitty ass CD player. I'm like, son, you gotta understand, when them motherfuckers first came out, they was pretty expensive.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Over $100, man.
Shit, hell yeah, you a motherfucker wasn't fucking around. Sometimes it was all the way up to about $200. He was like, you bullshit. And I'm like, hell no, when the motherfuckers first, and CDs alone was expensive as hell.
So, yeah, CDs are expensive, yeah.
I didn't think CDs was going to stick around, but they did, though.
Yeah. I had an ex-boyfriend every Tuesday when something dropped. It dropped on Friday, but the tape, the local record store that was in our
on
area
Tuesdays.
Would get the shipment on Tuesday, and he was able to get whatever album or whatever via CD on Tuesdays. And he would have, in that little big old binder, he would have all his CDs lined up by genre and alphabetical order and everything like that.
I had CD books get stolen out of my car, my radio, and the CD. I was more mad at my CDs than the radio, though.
Yeah.
The head unit ain't shit, man. But I was like, I'm talking about, I was sick as a motherfucker, for real. Like, mad as a motherfucker. Like, man, I just, whoever did the shit, y'all find out who did the shit, just bring my motherfucking CDs back. They can have that bullshit ass radio.
Yo, you remember having a CD player, and plus you had to have the CD cleaner with it just in case it got scratches?
Oh yeah, all that shit. Tape head cleaners and all that. But see, I had a gang of tapes before the CDs even popped off. I used to have these cases called Case Logics, and just tapes. And you could, like you said, Brooks, the music would drop on Tuesdays, and if you couldn't afford the album, you could always buy the singles and the maxi singles and shit. You know what I'm saying? So I started stockpiling the shit out of them, because a lot of times that was the only way you can get instrumentals too, was buying the singles.
Yeah, true. Yeah, so if anybody else we're inactive. If anybody else in the chat has anything that we didn't bring up, please let us know. Salute the Ruckus who's in the chat going crazy. You talk about, you see that Monopoly board. Look at the community chat.
I can't wait to hop back on the screen.
Rich would know about bootleg, you know.
Oh man, even that old school cell phone right there. Yo, I never forget when cell phones first came out. They were expensive as hell.
Oh yeah,
so my father had a Corvette and had he had to put his Corvette in the shop for like 3 days to get the cellular phone installed in it. And when he got it in there, he gave all of us the speech. Don't you use it. It's mad expensive, this and this and that. They were so expensive. I think he probably made like 2 calls off that thing. He just got it just to get it. But
he was flossing.
Well, yeah, trying to shine. And it was
you know what I'm saying? He was doing his thing and shit.
Yeah, but oh my gosh, I remember that like it was yesterday. That's so crazy. And how cell phones just evolved. Look how big they were then, and then how small they are now. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah, I remember getting the motherfucking Motorola StarTAC phones and shit like that, and buying the minutes for the motherfuckers. Then it evolved to getting the free nights and weekends. Remember that shit? Telling motherfuckers, do not call me until my motherfucking phone is free.
Oh yeah,
same way with the two-way pages too.
Free after 9. Yeah. 2-way pages. Nextel.
Yep. Them motherfuckers came in handy, man, because it took us from having to be at home to use the phone all the time.
Yeah, and you ain't have to use your cellular minutes with the Nextel. That I remember. You could just chirp someone or whatever.
Oh yeah, I used to love the chirp. Matter of fact, I still got an old chirp phone around this motherfucker. Melquan, you need that? Might send it to Melquan, man. Start chirping.
But it's crazy now because the old school cell phones now, once there's no service on them, you still can rock out on the Wi-Fi. My
Right.
mother just got upgraded, and she gave her old phone. My mother legit had like the iPhone 1. It's so old. She gave it to Parrot. She gave it to my daughter, and my daughter FaceTimes everybody on it because she can still use the Wi-Fi. And I'm thinking she's just going to be able to just play with the numbers and probably watch YouTube or something like that. No, she legit can do everything but make a freaking call on that thing. I was like,
Yo,
oh,
we got another super chat.
oh, okay. Detroit Ziggy says, great show vibes, good health, and lots of wealth to everybody. Salute,
We appreciate
Detroit
it.
Salute to
Ziggy.
you,
Thank
homie.
you very much.
Salute.
Detroit Ziggy. Salute to everybody in the D. I had a boyfriend that was in the D. Actually, we were very good friends. And he lives on the west side. And that was the first time I ever seen somebody shoot at somebody in my life. And I was scared. And I was like, I'm never coming back here again. Detroit is wild out there.
Hell yeah, the church Church and Dad said the church was the only thing that was working on 9/11 out there.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah?
see, I had the Nextel chirp too, but my introduction into the smartphones was I used to rock with the Blackberries and shit. I never had an iPhone and shit.
Yeah, Blackberries, yeah. And Blackberry and the Android is a descendant from the Blackberry.
Yeah, I went from the Blackberry to the Android.
Yeah, I never had an iPhone either. I don't do the iPhone.
We don't fuck with the apples.
Nah,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, look at the football phone.
Hell yeah, I had one of them. And we had a basketball phone one year for Christmas too and shit.
Who bought it for you?
Shit, I don't know, one of my aunts or something. Somebody got it for us though. We sure used to use the motherfucker though. You know what I'm saying? That motherfucker was shaped just like a basketball. You pull that motherfucker out, boy.
Let me ask you something. When you got on the phone, you was talking to the opposite sex, right? How long would you stay? Was you on the phone like for half an hour? You be like, no, you hang up. No, you hang up. No, you hang up. Or you fall asleep on the phone and shit.
Hold on, we do that. Hold on, Mac. We do that with D Holla every week where he goes to sleep.
You know what, Brooke? You got me fucked up. Really, Brooke? Really? Really? You know what? I'm telling John. I'm sick of this. I'm telling John.
I'm falling back.
I'm telling John.
I'm falling back. Yeah, I'm falling back.
He just told on his show. You talking about last week, nigga?
Yo, hold on. So, audience, please listen to what I'm telling you right now. We were on the phone with D Holla. We were laughing.
Wait. Before you say anything, no, hold on. I worked all day. In the heat, I was tired, and I was on the phone. Yes, I'm sleepy, man. Yeah, sleepy man, shitty man. And yo, Rick, call me sleepy man. Your new song you better play in the morning for yourself is sitting on the toilet waiting for my bowels to move. I gotta do this. That's your new song.
So listen, we all talking. All of a sudden, the only thing you hear is,
man, that nigga D Dollar he was snoring loud too. He was like, no, I wouldn't.
So I'm like, yo, that shit's so back, like I'm about to record it. Then all of a sudden, D, I'm like, yeah. I was asleep. So he like, yo, just go to bed. We'll talk to you later. No, I'm up. You know what I'm saying? I'm watching the TV. I'm like, yo, D, we just heard you snoring.
Man, he sounded like he was in a deep one too.
Yeah.
He was like, I was watching The Matrix 2. We was like, well, The Matrix 3 on 9, nigga. I don't know what the fuck you. One time,
was still on. Stop lying.
I said, remember, I said, what were you talking about then? And then you was like, well, shit, we do start saying something that we were talking about 20 minutes ago and shit.
Yeah.
Me and Brooks just fell out laughing. Like, D, we'll see you tomorrow, man. Sleepy ass.
Yo, off the phone, man.
Man.
Oh, I'm sorry. My cheeks hurt. I'm sorry.
He gonna talk about some have y'all ever did it. Yeah, nigga, you just did it last week.
So
talking about, I worked all day in the hot heat.
Yo, y'all got me fucked up, man.
Shit.
We know. And Matt's like, yo, we'll talk to you later. It's all right.
I'm about to say, I can almost guarantee, D, when you was young, you did do that shit a gang of times. Your girl be like, you was asleep that time. No, girl, I was, why you want to get off the phone with me? You must don't like me then. You must don't like me.
Yeah,
No, you sleep. She like, no, you sleeping.
Huh?
He gonna call and ask.
No, you wake up.
He gonna call and ask what kind of panties you got on, and it might be your mama.
Hey, yo, come on, man.
You gotta tell him that
Get
shit.
confidence, man.
Oh, no, man, that's a classic when you gotta tell him, cause that's from back in the day. See, like now, the difference is if you call, typically it's a phone, but back then you don't know who's answering that motherfucker.
So it was.
I know G Hollow was one of I'm on the D I was still on the line. He like, yo, the bitches was like, yo, son, what up? Oh, man, I had to call back, man. I'm sorry, man. Salute to y'all, man. You're doing a great job, by the way, too.
Oh,
and
thank
salute.
you, man. Thank
and
you.
Mac
Thank
J
you,
keep
Paul.
talking about he got all this shit. He's talking like rich now. He got football phones. You ain't had that shit, man.
Yeah, we had that
Fuck
shit.
out of here, man. You ain't had that shit, man. Come on, man.
We weren't gonna let you use it. We was gonna tell you.
You ain't had
Mama
that
said
shit,
we can't
man.
let nobody use the phone. Get
You
off
ain't
our
had no
porch.
football phone, man. You ain't had no football phone, man. Get out of here. Yo, I'm out, man. Salute, y'all.
All right.
Mama said we can't have no company. You gotta go home, Melquan.
Mama said you can't use the phone.
He
Y'all
always
had
come out with
drinking shit.
Remember the clear phones that you could see
Oh
all
yeah, I remember the clear
like that? I
house
remember the clear
phone.
phone. Yeah, the clear phone.
Now you wanted me to tell the story for real?
Yeah. Yes. Go ahead.
Yeah, man.
Okay, this is years ago, but this girl my cousin introduced me to because he knew her sister, whatever. I'm talked over the phone constantly. We hung out, went out a few times. So I happened to call her in the afternoon. I'm like, no, I normally call like, hey, what's going on? What you got on? Blah blah blah. This one time she picked up the phone. I was like, hey, what's up with you? How are you doing? I'm good. So I just said, I brought her, hey, what color panties you got on? She's like, excuse me? And I'm like, what? I was like, wait, don't act like you didn't answer this shit before. She's like, this ain't Couture. I was like, this is her mother. I was like, oh, shit, it's her mother. I was like, oh, Robert, I'm so sorry. I didn't know you sound just like her. She's like, Just saying, I'll tell her to call you. I told you called and hung up. And I was like, oh, shit. So I called my cousin. No, I called my cousin. I called my cousin, tell her what I did. He's laughing like, nigga, you serious? I'm like, yo, she sounds just like her. So she wound up calling him. He told her, like, yo, listen, you and your daughter do sound alike. Don't get mad because he said, he put on again. He said, I thought that was you was her. And she's like, for real? He said, yeah. He said, yo, he called me like maybe an hour later, like, nigga, you owe me. He said, you owe me. I said, I got you, son. I got you. I said, lunch on me.
You think her mama roasted the shit out of her after she hung up on the phone with you?
Yeah,
Well,
like,
she
you talking to this
she did tell her, she was like,
panties you got on?
yeah, she
You
called,
talking
she
to
was like,
this greasy Bronx nigga and shit, son?
she was from the Bronx, so they both all of them from the Bronx. I didn't give a fuck,
okay.
but so she goes, I didn't forget to tell you this. She was like, you really said that to my mom? I said, yo, I thought it was you. I didn't know it was your mother. You couldn't tell that. I said, yo, you and your mother sound alike. No, we don't. Yes, the fuck y'all do. The way she answered the phone, she's like, hello, how you doing? I'm like, hey, what's going on? She was like, I ain't gonna tell her what kind of thing she got on. I was like, yo, I thought it was you. And I told her, I said, you know what? What color panties you do got on? So I ain't telling you.
Oh God! Did you ever?
You're still trying to get the information.
Yeah.
D Holler's a freak.
Did you ever get to see her actual panties, D Holler?
Oh, she fronted on after that. She fronted on me hard, man.
Yeah, man. Fuck it up. You went too fast, D.
You know what I'm saying? She fronted on me hard. I said, oh, man, I fucked it up. She's like, nigga, you told that to my mama.
Right, and knowing you probably was trying to be all smooth with it and shit. Hey, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Girl,
I thought I said it.
Yo, ma.
What panties you got on? She like, excuse me? I said, oh, shit. Oh, my bad.
I'd have hung up, shit.
I was trying to. I was like, oh, my God, I'm so sorry. Yeah, you tell her just call me later. She's like, I'll tell her to call later. She ain't here. Bye. Ooh.
Is that your phone clicking? Somebody phone clicking. I hear that shit.
That ain't mine. I don't know what phone that is.
You over there doing an electric slide or something?
Nah, that ain't me, man. You doing the boogie.
You over there doing an electric slide right about now, shit. I think your
doing
phone going in and out, Brooks.
What happened?
Y'all hear that? It sounds like some clicks.
Yeah. I'm mute. Y'all say if it's me or not. Hold on.
I don't hear it no more.
It ain't me.
Okay, yeah, that probably was me. That probably was my headphones.
Okay.
Yeah, Brooks over there doing an electric slide and shit. And shit.
She doing a tootsie roll, left foot up, right foot slide. That's what she doing. She practicing with John get home. Yo, John, check this out. Check this new dance out. He's like, get the fuck away from me.
Exactly. Like, yo, where the chicken at? Yeah, yeah, crazy. Y'all going crazy in the chat. That's all I'm gonna say.
I'm quite stupid.
Oh yeah.
And Ruckus is getting crazy in the chat. That's all I'm gonna say.
Facts, bro. Quan facts.
Man, but one good thing that we didn't have to go through, and I hate we going through it now, is this goddamn COVID and quarantine and shit. Cause I don't know what the fuck we would have did if we had to be in the house.
Oh, God.
You know what we had to do? Chores. Clean up the house.
Nigga, I would
have. What you think of?
Cause we was outside. You know what I'm saying? Like, we didn't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, the video games are for when you couldn't go outside for real. Like, now we had a few friends that was obsessed with them, and that's what they did. But even before everybody was on the video games, we had to get out and go to the arcade if you want to play video games all day, especially if you want to play a whole lot of different games. And you had to have a little change to do that shit. So when we was young, our main hustle was just trying to get up on money to get so we can go to the bowling alley and play video games and shit.
Nah, we had a.
But if we had quarantine back then, man, I don't know what we would have did, man. Being stuck in the summertime, spring and summer, we already be stuck in the house in the wintertime any motherfucking way. So I don't know, man. Thank God for that shit.
Yeah, you know, we would have been outside, chilling, running around. As soon as that street light come on, time to get in the house.
No, I'm talking about if we had to quarantine during our time, like that. I'd have lost my fucking mind.
But you know, if you didn't have your own TV, you know what we'd be doing? Watch what they watch. That's why I'm like, she's watching murder show. I don't want to watch that shit. Boy, sit your ass down. I'm like, fuck. I gotta watch that bullshit Angela Lansbury show. You know, we had to do that. We had to watch what grandma watched too. Your mama watching stories. I was playing with toys. I couldn't even. I was like, I'm going to my room. I ain't watching this shit. You know, all the stuff that we wanted to watch came in the afternoon or in the morning.
Right, you heard me, nigga? I was sneaking out of the crib. I'm gonna find a way to get out that motherfucker.
Hell yeah.
We felt like, and then when the motherfucker finally get free, it felt like you free for real. Like, I'm out in this motherfucker.
Hell yeah. So tell your friend, they yelling for the window, hey, yo, you coming outside? I'll be here in a minute. This nigga gonna sneak out. Look.
Motherfucker tell you grounded, man. That shit was like jail, man. Fuck that shit.
Hell
outside,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we did shit. And the same way with the phone, with the phones, with the music, the radios, everything that came full scale now, man. And it seemed like What would y'all say overall? Would you say technology done got better for us, or is it hurting us more? Now
It
that
got
we get
better, and then it's hurting because everyone has a freaking opinion. You know, every troll wants to be a journalist. You know, want to tell you like they call it what they call it what they call it someone that wants to be a coach. They call it a outside coach or something like that. But someone that sits there and watch it but never played it, and all they could do is critique it. This is what happens. This is what they do. But
Yeah,
I think it gotten worse because everything's under a microscope. Everything has a camera attached to it.
right.
That's the big problem.
You think that's a big problem with the technology nowadays?
Yeah, there's too many cameras. Back in the day, motherfuckers got away with a lot of shit. A lot of dirt was never exposed unless someone was there to see it or do it with them. Now,
Yeah.
like, you do something, everything's under a microscope. Oh, like, soon as someone get an argument with someone, the first thing they do is pull their phone out and they go live. No one, sits there like, yo, if you get into a fight with someone, yo, don't record this shit. It's going to be a one-on-one. That's how we used to. Now everyone pull out their phone, world star. I'm like, nah, man. That shit gets corny after a while.
For that instant, yes, but video footage and cell phones have brought a lot of light to a lot of corrupt
Hell
stuff.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a double-edged sword. You know what I'm saying? The video of just most recently George Floyd, his murder, that helped convict the cops. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody was able to see it. But then on the flip side, you got who's the guy that we talked about him the last show who got beat up in L.A. Remember? I know, man. You know what I'm talking about? He got beat up in L.A. and it was on. And he died, and I was like, dang, I didn't know he died or whatever. He drowned.
Oh yeah. Fuck, I forgot what his name was.
But you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So it's if anybody in the chat has it, please let me know. I forgot his name.
Yeah, but I can't think of his name, but I know what you're talking about though.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? So cell phone video footage actually helped out. Also, it's so funny because my husband's cousin, she recorded, her daughter has sickle cell, and she recorded her daughter's nurse who was high as a kite. She recorded her and sent it to WorldStar, and they actually posted it. This was like 2 years ago, whatever, like that. And she was like, look at this crack, look at this dope head. She was like, I know the dope head is my mother on dope or whatever like that.
Right.
She was like, I know. I look at her nodding off. And she's like, excuse me, nurse. And the nurse would answer like one question and then nod off again or whatever like that.
Right. So it was almost to a point like, thank God we had cameras to catch what this bitch doing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and so she was able. They had like a little lawsuit too, and they got a little cheese off of that because she was able to record it. That you know what I'm saying. And the nurse was like typing something in the computer or whatever like that. She wasn't trying to like administer a needle or nothing like that, but she still was nodding off that she was a legit nurse. You know what I'm saying? So the video footage sometimes, it does help or whatever like that. But then, like I said, on the flip side, some things, everything ain't for the camera. You don't need to be recording yourself twerking on.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It can be used in real foul ways. But me myself, if I'm just summarizing technology from when we was young to what we got now, I'm glad it came the way it went. Because like I said, from the way we watch movies, from the way we listen to music, from the way we even communicate, it's way better, or it's way more advanced than what we had. It's pretty much like everything we thought of when we was kids. Like we wish, man, how come we ain't got a phone with the video on it? Now we got all that shit. So my thing is, what's gonna be the next few things that we got in the next 15 to 20 years? So
I think the drones delivering stuff, more. It's gonna be more normal, basically. But just to kind of piggyback off what you said, if we would have been in this pandemic 20 years ago, everybody would have been killing each other. You know what I'm saying? Because we wouldn't have been able to watch no movies or download movies. We wouldn't have been able to do like Uber Eats. We wouldn't have been able to do like,
I think it would have been worse off.
Pickup and all stuff like that. Oh yeah, it'd have been so crazy. You know what I mean? But you're absolutely right. I personally think in the future is going to be more with the technology. it's going to prevent us from coming out. You know what I'm saying? More, we're not going to be interacting with people as much because we're not going to have to.
Well, there was talks about injecting a chip inside you, like a tracking chip, and you can use it to buy things and pay for things online. It was like just like something that you see in a movie where you take your wrist, or how you would normally do when you're watching your phone. They're thinking about putting like a chip.
As long as they can scan this shit with the phone, because basically the chip that you're referring to right now is these phones that we got in our hands, because they ain't gonna need to put nothing in your skin for real as long as we got these. But if they shut down communication and they want to monitor you, just believe if somebody putting a chip in you, it ain't for you to be able to have ease at spending money. They trying to track you and keep account of what the fuck you doing and how you doing it and where you doing it and what time you doing it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm hoping the technology don't get too far off advanced into that type of shit. But as far as the way we listen to music, the way we communicate with each other, the way we enjoy entertainment, shit, I'm all for it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yep, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. But only time will tell, you know?
Only time will tell.
Only time will tell. So, we got some salute to everybody in the chat here. They got a little conversation going on. Melquan says technology went from double dribble to 2K21.
Yeah, for real.
and I put it went from Techno Bowl to Madden.
Right.
Hell yeah. Shit, you went from playing games like Double Dragon and freaking Ninja Turtles to playing stuff like, Call of Duty. Mortal Kombat.
Exactly. And we also went from you having to come over my house to play the game to me being able to link with you in about 5 minutes if you want to get down on something. You know what I'm saying?
Play online.
Yeah, you could be on the other side of the world. So technology, man, it's done a lot, man. And hopefully we all around to see some of these changes in the near and later future. I don't know if we're gonna get to see the Jetson stage or nothing like that. We're gonna be motherfuckers like, y'all gonna have flying cars. Shit, motherfuckers can't drive the cars on the ground right now. You damn sure ain't finna be flying shit. But other than that, if y'all got any closing thoughts, any closing remarks or statements, we appreciate everybody that's listening too, man.
Yeah,
smacking that like button too.
Thanks for Ruckus for producing and allowing us to rock. He been dissing us for the last couple weeks, but if we was CJ with some conspiracy, we'd have been on every week. You know what I'm saying? So salute to Ruckus.
Yeah, we don't. we don't make $30K a month, but we try.
Sorry, we're not, talking about conspiracy theories and stuff like that. We've been on every week.
Get your shit together.
But salute to everybody for listening. Thank you, guys. We always have a good time. I appreciate all the listeners. We all do. You know what I mean? Salute to my brothers D Holla and Mac J.
Salute
to you always as well.
Yeah,
but we'll see y'all Friday morning for Friday morning freestyle, waking up with Ruckus. You know what I'm saying? Right here on Ruckus Radio Podcast. Tell a friend and tell a friend. And I love y'all, man, and I'll holler.
Yes,
Salute.
Salute.
Dedicated to the radio, not he and she. Because it's time for them to get recognized. This is my version of the Nobel Peace Prize. That's why I'm coming out my face like this. Far as negativity, you never get this. If it wasn't for you, nobody would know. That's why this is something for the radio.
dedicated to the radio DJs. They play all the hits on 7 days. And even on the weekends, the DJs will be freaking without a doubt because everyone is unique in the way they cut the records and be talking. It sounds too extra crazy deaf on a Walkman. To all the disc jockeys that's on the go, this is something for the radio. And this is on the radio. And this is on the I like to thank all the people state to state for requesting my records on the radio. Greatly appreciate what you've done for me. And my reward to you is my MUSIC. Straight up, I make the music just for you, so you can do the extra crazy bits, more dance too, or even do the dance made up by yourself. As long as you use your good physical health, because you're the one to make the radio hype, like fresh tobacco and a brand new pipe. A program director always pick the right hits, like putting some salt and pepper and butter on grits. I always look up the program directors, cause they're the one the jam selected. A couple of years ago when I didn't have a record playing on the radio, I thought to myself saying, if I ever get the chance to play my stuff, I'm gonna make everything extra tough. Cause radio will last to infinity, as long as my name is the B-I-Z, Evans the A-R-K, and I'm here to say, #1 entertainment source in it like USA. Cause if it wasn't for you, nobody would know. That's why this is something for the radio. My DJ is cool. I can't forget it, daddy. And my man TJ Swanee. My man God's Bobby. Can't forget Kashi in the place to be. Can't forget Sean and Ralph in the place to be. This is the conclusion of just the beginning of hip-hop on the radio and its never-ending story and fighting just to get the right and have our respect on the station that's exciting. In about 2 years I will be a superstar, be able to buy anything I want, even a car. Cause if it wasn't for you, nobody would know. That's why this is something for the radio. You know, I just like to say it like this.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got MC Shan and Molly Mall in the house tonight. They just came from off tour. They want to tell you a little story about where they come from.
You love to hear the story again and again of how it all got started way back when. The monument is right in your face. Sit and listen for a while to the name of the place. The break, 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 the break. call his rap Jappy Jap. Larry Ladd, third least not last. A cool brother by the name of Gas. Face Brothers made you get loose. They was down with the brother called Cousin Bruce. They used to jam in the center. You had to pay so you could enter. Go to the door, get frisked just in order to get in. And if you wasn't from this town, then you couldn't fight and win. But every time they had a jam, they couldn't get no peace. So that's why the jams out there in the parks they had to seize, cause you was in the break. Why don't you wise up, show all the people in the place that you are bright? Make this here one jam that you do not start no fight. Cause that is one thing that we all must see done. And if you start some shit, your ass had better run. Cause you're in the break.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got MC Shan and Molly Mall in the house tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, we got MC Shan and Molly Mall in the house tonight. They just came from off tour. They want to tell you a little story about where they come from. They just came from off tour. They want to tell you a little story about where they come from.
said, the bridge is over, the bridge is over. Bye-bye. The bridge is over, the bridge is over. Hey, hey, the bridge is over, the bridge is over. Bye-bye. The bridge is over, the bridge is over. You see me coming in the dance with the Slipper Sensei. Down with the sound called BDP. If you want to join the crew, well, you must see me. You can't sound like Shan or the one Marley. Because Shan and Marley Marlin, my rhyming like the gay. Picking up the mic, man, and don't know what to say. Saying hip-hop started out in Queensbridge. Saying lines like that, man, you know them can't live. So tell them again, me come to tell them again. Gwa! Tell them again, me come to tell them again. Tell them again, me come to tell them again. Gwa! Tell them again, me come to tell them. Manhattan keeps on making it, Brooklyn keeps on taking it, Bronx keeps creating it, and Queens keeps on faking it. All your sucker MC want your piece come out to play. Here's an example of KRS-One. Boom. Here's an example of KRS-One. They wish the battle be the people they cannot. They must be on the dick of who? DJ Scott LaRock. God, we don't complain, neither we play the game of baby. Boogie down production coming 3 different flavors. Pick any dick for the flavor that you save. Mr. Magic might wish to come and try to save you, but instead of helping you out, he want the same thing I gave you. I finally figured it out, a magic mouth is used for sucking. Roxanne Shante is only good for steady fucking. MC Shannon Marley Marl is really only bluffing. Like Dougie Fresh said, I tell you now you ain't nothing. Compared to Red Alert on Kiss and Boogie Down production. Say ease and I'm on, I miss it, ease and I'm on. Say KRS-One, you know them count under the sun. Been moving over there and then we're moving over here. This name of this routine is called Live at Union Square. Square, square, square. Ooh, what's the matter with your MC Marley Marl? Don't you know that he's out of touch? What's the matter with your DJ MC Shan on the wheels of steel Marlin sucks? You better change what comes out your speaker. You better off talking about your whack Puma sneaker. Cause once created hip-hop queens will only get dropped and still telling lies to me. Everybody's talking about the Juice Crew funny, but you're still telling lies to me.
You've heard is LL Cool J, Kamikaze. Take a look at what I've done. Used to rock
crush you like a jelly bean. I'm bad.
Suspect was last spotted with 3 other members of his group. A Bobcat, a Gila, and a Katrina. They are extremely bad, so keep your eyes open. Use extreme caution.
I eliminate punks, cut them up in chunks. You assumed you heard me, and your ego's drunk. I'm devastating, I'm so good it's a shame. Cause I eat rappers like a cannibal, they call me insane. I'm as strong as a bull, of course you know I am full. I enjoy what I'm doing, plus I'm paid in full. Not buckaroo blindside, but bust it out as I say the kind of rhymes that make MCs wish that I die. Never retire or put my mic on the shelf. The baddest rapper in the history of rap itself. Not bitter or mad, just proving I'm bad. You want a hit, give me an hour plus a pen and a pad. MCs retreat, cause they know I can beat them and eat them in a battle and the ref won't cheat them. I'm the baddest, taking out all rookies. Don't forget Oreos, eat Cool J cookies. I'm bad. Cool J. Cool J. Cool J, get it. Cool J, J, J. Cool J, J, J. Never, ever, no, never wearing no Levi's. Battle me, why try? I'll treat you like a stepchild, so tell mommy bye-bye. Slaughtering MCs and I'ma never get whipped. When I retire, I'll get worshipped like an old battleship. LL, I'm bad. Other rappers know when I enter the center, they say, yo, there he go. My paycheck's large, Mr. Bogart in charge. Not a punter or a hunter from a raccoon lodge. The original Todd, teaching how to be hard. Take the skin off a snake and split a pea from a pie. You're a novice, I'm noble, and I dissect with my tongue. Not a till of the hunt, or Abdullah and son. My vocals exact like racking pinion in a jag. You try to brag, you get your rhymes from a grab bag. No good scavenger, catfish, vulture. My tongue's a chisel in this composition sculpture. I'm bad.
Think I'm gonna need backup. Think I'm gonna need backup. Give me that porky. Yo, this is LL Cool J, and you'll never catch me, so don't even try it. I'm too bad for ya. Understand?
Mary, why you bugging? Mary, I need your hugging.
Had a black girl called her honey. Man, did you spend up all my money? Catch me a date, you and your girl busy. Stop smoking crack, but you're still getting pissy. You can call me every day, God sent. Like you Lois Lane and I was Clark Kent. I spend and I spend and you spend and you spend. Now my house with a mouse is a roach with a 10.
Mary, why you bugging? Mary, I need your hugging. Mary, you cold from sucking. Looking for you, but you keep sucking. I wanna find you, I gotta tell you something. So just be quiet and don't say nothing. Mary, why you out there stunting? Supposed to be with me, but now you're fronting. We started out new, you used to be true. Now you're bugging, what's wrong with you? Mary, why you bugging? Mary, I need your hugging.
Now, this girl Mary I knew so well. I met her on the road in a fly hotel. High on a hill that never fell.
Clubs and the pubs is where she dwells.
Story about Mary was well to tell. She seemed too scheme for a dream to sell. She spent some nights locked in her cell. I knew Mary well cause she's raising hell.
Mary, why you bugging? Mary, I need your hugging.
way.